Right now, Latin America is split as the United States moves its military near Venezuela. You know who's supporting Washington and why they are doing it? Let's talk about that. Hello and welcome to TimesXP. I am Trithiyatri and Latin America is all of a sudden on alert. Warships in the water, troops moving quietly, nerves rising every single where. And in the middle of all of this, the United States has deployed thousands of troops near Venezuela. But you know what? Here's the twist. Several Latin American countries are openly supporting the US military move. Others are very furious, and Venezuela says that this is nothing less than an imperialist threat. Let me tell you what exactly is happening here. Let's talk about Trinidad and Tobago right now. Let's break its silence. The loudest voice of support came from the country that usually stays very neutral. That is Trinidad and Tobago. Its Prime Minister, Kamala, she shocked the entire region with a bold statement. "I'm glad the US naval deployment is succeeding its mission." Strong words, very unusual, and a clear sign that the region is no longer united on Venezuela. Then came the block of supporters. It didn't just stop there. More countries stepped forward, some openly, some quietly, countries supporting the US deployment. The countries supporting the US deployment include A. Trinidad and Tobago, B. Guyana, C. Panama, Ecuador, Dominican Republic, Argentina, Ecuador, etc. Well, their message is very simple. We support the US mission against the drug cartels. We support action to control criminal networks. We do support the regional security here, but everybody knows these statements have a political meaning too. Washington has basically smiling here. Now in Washington, officials are really pleased. The US says that this operation is part of a major crackdown on drug trafficking networks, specifically groups like Cartel of the Suns, which the US accuses elements of Venezuela's military of protecting. The White House even said that many Latin American countries understand the need of cooperation, and they are not wrong here. According to a major poll, 53% of Latin Americans say that they would support a US-led intervention to restore diplomacy and democracy in Venezuela. Now that number kind of shocked every single body. More than half the region believes outside help, it is necessary now. After that, Caracas hits back. Their defense minister, Vladimir Padrino Lopez, he warned of a foreign plot. He called the US deployment an imperialistic provocation, and then he did something dramatic. Ordered a mass military mobilization, activated the Bolivian militia, told citizens to prepare for defense of the homeland. Basically, for Caracas, this is not just about cartels, not about crime. This is about regime change, and they believe that the US is preparing for it. So the bigger question is it a crime or control? Here's the real story. Some countries in Latin America think that the US power, it brings stability. Others believe that the US power brings intervention. The whole region is split right down the middle. For some, the US is fighting the criminals. For others, the US is preparing to target their president, Nicolás Maduro himself. In the end, one thing is very clear. Latin America hasn't been this divided in years. Venezuela hasn't faced this level of pressure indicates, and Washington is quietly building support country by country. This is no longer just about Venezuela. This is about who controls the Caribbean and who controls the future of the entire region.